Yo, so if you guys are like just now catching up and wondering what we're doing with this guy, besides wearing out this jack stand, we let things go for a little while. You know, we just kind of let the upgripes keep piling up, and now we got a bunch of stuff to fix. We're almost done, so make sure you stick around and check out this episode of Pugliese Speed Shop. See if we finish, see if we get close, see if we do anything. So I was just thinking, guys, it's been a long time since I started an episode with an apology. I figured what time better than now, right? So let me start off by saying I am well aware of the fact that we're milking this guy out, okay? There's a whole bunch of little stuff wrong with it, which can equal big things as they pile up, but yes, we are milking it out. That being said, here we're working on the kid's 98 Cadillac Eldorado, ETC, and like I said, things started piling up, right? He's had the car a little over 4 years, and it was my brother's car before that, very briefly, but the kid loves it, right? It had some issues when my brother got it. We fixed those, and it's an older car, so, but it was well maintained. My brother bought it from the original owner, so yeah, we have every record ever for this car. It's incredible, the records this guy kept. We still got the window sticker. The motor was replaced in 2009. We got, yeah, just all, so good. Hey, goodbye, Joe. You know, you did your homework. Now, we've put a, go back, check out some of the other videos, guys. We put a starter in it, which, if you guys don't know, it's under the intake. We did some brake work. What else did we do? Oh, we changed the entire cooling system, and we started doing it again because we got a bad reservoir over here, and well, we've replaced that now. So that kind of catches you up. Most recently, we what do we do now? We changed the alternator. We changed the belt because, you know, why not, right? And what else did we do? Oh, we just did the coolant, the reservoir, of course, topped the coolant off, spilled it all over the floor, and decided I didn't want to lay in that to do the oil change and everything else. Plus, we were waiting on parts because the valve cover gasket was leaking like it was its job to do it. And, well, guys, you know what? We got a new one. So we'll take care of all that stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. I know we're not going to get everything done this episode. And I say that because it's Thursday night at about 7:30, and I got to go to work tomorrow, so I got tonight just to work on this thing. Things have been crazy, guys. I'll catch you up throughout the episode. But we're going to start off by draining the oil out of this thing, figuring out how to get to this valve cover gasket, because I don't know how self-explanatory this is going to be. So this might actually turn into a little bit of a how-to, because the more episodes or the more videos I make on this car, I've seen a lot of comments that people don't have. There's not a lot of videos out, and I know that. That's why it's kind of trial by fire, you know? So that being said, maybe it's a good thing we're making a couple extra episodes, you know, kind of milking it out a little bit, and people get a little more content on this guy. Maybe helping some people out. In case you didn't realize, that was me making an excuse for taking forever to fix this car. right, so as the last little bit of oil is draining out, 8 quarts, by the way, Madonna, we wanted to bring on here and show you a couple things. So there's the oil filter. That's back when I still used Frams. That's when they were still kind of good. No, it couldn't have been that long ago. But before I knew they were bad. So it tells you we're due for an oil change. You see all this oil built up here, all along here. So the front valve cover is leaking. That was all over. Thinking that's where all this stuff on the front came from, and it was washing back. Nothing here on this frame rail. Well, hardly any. So I'm thinking that this front timing cover and all that's leaking too. Which, guys, yeah. This is how much room we have. That's it. So we're not going to want to change that, even though guys, I'd almost put money, because I'm not a betting guy, you know, but it's all back here. So what we're hoping is, well, we need the oil change, clearly, and I'm hoping it cuts it in half-ish. We'll find out. Maybe that and a little bit of stop leak, because that stuff always works. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we got when we open up the valve cover. But I would love to do. I don't even, guys. It's shoehorned in. I mean, you can see it. You can see it from the bottom. You see it from the top. There's no room nowhere. So I'm gonna wrestle this guy, because see, there's nothing but room to get in there too, right? So hopefully I got a wrench that'll fit in there of the oil filter type. Guess I'll throw this drain plug back in and get to work. Clearly, you can see this guy is significantly shorter than this guy. Are we compensating? I don't think so. This is just what it called out for. Apparently, that's what it called out for before. As long as they match up, who cares? You know what I'm saying? A little fresh oil around the gasket. You can prime the filter. You cannot. I don't really care. I don't think it makes much of a difference. Seems how about half of the cars I have, the oil filter is the other way. So there's no way you prime it. But do what you want to do, and just don't do what I just did and get a bunch of gunk on the gasket. Damn it. Let's see. Here we go. It fits the same. It just, yeah. This guy's a little more content? No, that's not the word. What's the word I'm looking for, guys? Capacity. Yeah, that's the one. You really can't get in here very well, can you? All right. Good, nice little snug there. Don't call that good. We're gonna move up top. So oil change is pretty easy, right? And tell you something I learned. Everybody else automatically knows this, but I take a while. All right. So I had this old school oil filter wrench, right? Trying to get in there, you guys saw how tight it was. Wasn't gonna work. See this guy? It swivels. Right tool for the right job. You guys saw I put in there. Took a second. So that made it a lot easier. Otherwise, I'd have been fighting that thing forever. I would have started cursing, probably thrown it just like I did. But I think it was a Bel Air. And yeah, that's what happens, guys. So get the right tool for the job. And it's funny I should say that because I'm working on a Caddy, but I'm about to do this valve cover gasket. And I almost promise you got to have a special tool to do this. I'm going to try and do it without it. because, well, I make bad decisions. But we'll see if we can get it done, guys. I didn't think about it until afterwards. Like after I had the part here, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that pulley might have to come off. I did a little research online, watched the video, so I'm basically an expert. I do have the Chilton's manual for this car. It's in the trunk. And fun fact, with the battery out, that stuff doesn't really work, and you can't close it or whatever. We'll be fine. But I told you I'd update you throughout the episode on what's been going on. So you saw the kid did the last tech tip. Nailed it, by the way. Scott's got that bike down there in Carolina, and there's an update coming soon because, he is absolutely killing it. But I was up in PA for the weekend. Went up, saw my mom, saw my brother, saw my sister-in-law. Me and Megan did a little painting at Mom's house. Came out beautiful. And, so that's what we did there. Then I had to come to the tech tip because, the kid did all the heavy lifting. I just kind of summed it up at the end. Then Tuesday, Jay came by, and we're working on this guy. You guys see that door? I don't think it came that good from the factory. Let me flip you around, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I figured, other than flipping us around, I should probably move the bike so we could get, you get it, right? But look at this. Honestly, I don't think it came as good from the factory. Look here. This is lined up nice. We were really worried about right here. That's lined up nice. The gaps all the way around. The bottom. Guys, these are not the original doors. So we were concerned, and look, guys, come on. And look at this alignment right here, right? You believe this? I honestly don't think it was that good from the factory. Because, in 1954, we didn't go crazy with this stuff, right? But we were so concerned with these doors, especially this one, because it just was so far off, and Kevin actually had nightmares about it, thinking we had a pie cut stuff and everything else, so we and Jay have been working on it. Took one day a week, so we've been working on it 3 weeks after work, a couple hours a night, whatever. Got this one perfect. We started on the other side. So that was what we did on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, I had to go to stupid work, and I didn't get home till almost, it was after 7 o'clock. So I didn't even make it down here. And that's part of having, the 9 to 5 thing. But, so that's that. Thursday, here we are, and I'm just now thinking about a special tool because, as we already talked about, I make bad decisions. Oh, but on a positive note, me and Jay are actually making a long video on this, all the work we're doing on the truck. So I'm showing you little highlights, but down the road, when it's all, you get a solid video on that. Hopefully you guys love it. Because honestly, guys, we're having a good time making it. We really are. It's fun. It's a cool truck. And it's not messing with a North Star. Kind of dig that. I'm going to dive into this, put you guys over here on the tripod, and I'm going to fumble through it and try and figure it out. If we need to get special tools, well, I'll come back and let you know. Obviously, the bench started filling up full of parts, and during the time lapse, I kind of just got after it. Not sure all what you can really see, but I'll show you. Pulled all the plug wires out, pulled the cover off of there. Came over here, got the cover that was over the water pump and the camshaft pulley. Got that water pump bolt off, or belt off. This guy, move that out of the way. Pull these off here so we can move this, give some room over here. This is pretty tight in here, but we're going to try and shimmy. We'll probably take this off and give us a little more room to work. It's only 3 bolts, pretty easy. Started taking all these, you got, I think it's 8 bolts around here. And that's when things started to get a little touchy here, because apparently I got to press this guy off. There was a little screw that was in there, like a plastic Torx tip, kind of weird, but I wasn't sure how it all came off. Obviously, it's pressed on. You can kind of see that. Everything said you need a special Cadillac tool, which of course is like $250. However, seems I got what I need right there in my pulley puller kit. Yeah, that makes sense. It took me a little while to figure that out. I was going through a bunch of stuff, and guys, look at this. See the trunk's open? Took the kids' advice. Here it is. So you got like the older ones in here. They don't call it a valve cover. They call it a camshaft cover. And that makes sense. But like halfway down here, it gives you the tool J38825 or equivalent. That's what I was looking up. Kind of ridiculous. It's $300-something, $200-something, whatever it was. More than I'm going to pay, I'll tell you that much. I'll just put it back together and have it leak before I do that. Everybody tells you to take this off. I really hope I can do it without it. I'm going to try and make it zip tight out of the way. Just because I just topped off the coolant, I don't want to dump out coolant. That's what that is. But yeah, it's getting late, guys. It's creeping up on midnight, and yeah. You guys already know what I'm going to say, right? We're about to call it. And, well, there's reason for that. I'm like 99% sure I can use that kit that's down there and not have a problem. But like I said, it's like midnight, and I've been up since like 4, and I got to get up at 4. So I'm not thinking straight. I'm a little, right? And rather than cause some kind of damage, I'm dealing with a plastic pulley here, guys, too, by the way. There was a video of some guy like melting it off, and I don't want to get to that stage. So we're gonna do the right thing, guys. We don't do it often, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna stop. I think it's a good stopping point. I really don't have a choice at this point, I guess. So I gotta say it is either way. And we're gonna just take it easy. We're gonna end the video. I'm gonna actually take some time to make sure I do the right research, get in the book a little bit more. And it should be a simple thing, guys, and I'm overthinking it, I'm sure. But everything on these North Stars is a pain in the ass. You guys have seen it in other videos on this thing. If you got one of these cars, you know. So before I cause myself a huge headache and all that kind of stuff, we're gonna settle down, and we'll do it right. And we were thinking, guys, we probably shouldn't have topped off the coolant right away, knowing, well, I didn't realize I had to take that hose off. So we're learning, right? We probably just take a little time to research your stuff before you just start pulling parts off. It's like, I'm changing a valve cover gasket like on a small block Chevy back there. I'll be done in 30 seconds. But it's newer, and it's a 98. It's not even newer, but it's newer, So rather than cause ourselves all sorts of problems, we're just gonna stop. We're gonna quit while we're behind. That's what we're gonna do. Guys, tune in next week. All right. I know I keep telling you we're gonna get the brakes thing. I'll show you the scandalous part here next week. Yeah, I promise. And that's about it. We're almost done with this car. We got just finish this up and then like I said, the brake line stuff. But yeah, that's. Oh, God, I'm so tired. I don't even know how to end this. So, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, tell a friend, and as always, thanks for putting up with me and watching.